In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down how to optimize your energy levels on the carnivore diet. We're going to talk about 4 different things that might be affecting your energy levels, and by the end of this video, you're never going to have problems with your energy levels again. If you don't know who I am, my name is Max German. I'm an online trainer who's helped hundreds of people lose weight with the carnivore diet. Now, for the vast majority of people, all you have to do is go on the carnivore diet. Seriously, like 99.9% of people, genuinely, it's probably that high, notice that when they go on this diet, their energy levels just seem to skyrocket. For most people, you'll never have issues with your energy levels. So in this video, we're just going to talk about how to maximize your energy levels and how that 0.1% can resolve the energy problems. But first, let's break down why we get this massive increase in energy levels on the carnivore diet. Now, for starters, we're removing all the inflammation from our diet. When we're eating foods that are inflammatory, every single cell in our body becomes inflamed. And our cells are literally what produce our energy. So when we're inflamed, we're going to have a lot less energy. This is why the average person just seems to have no energy. Seriously, most people you talk to, they're so unenthused. They're just lifeless almost. This right here is the main reason why you'll see this massive energy increase on carnivore. And the second reason is because it puts our body into our natural state of ketosis. Now, a lot of people like to argue that ketosis is not our natural state. However, as I've broken down in another video, for the vast majority of our existence, humans only ate meat. So how would ketosis not be our natural state if we've been in it for millions of years? As well as other factors like how our brains run better on ketones than they do on glucose. If we're meant to run on glucose, wouldn't our brains prefer to run on it? Anyway, what happens when you get into ketosis is that you become something known as being fat adapted. Usually what happens is when people eat a lot of carbohydrates, their body gets used to running on carbohydrates. And when they run out of carbohydrates, they get hungry and they feel terrible because their body's not used to running on fat. However, when you eat fat, your body's much more effective at tapping into its own body fat. So even when you run out of calories, your body just taps into its own body fat, and so you don't notice this drop in energy levels. Now, I understand that kind of sounds like bro science, but believe me, this is an actual thing. However, when you start the carnivore diet, your body has to switch from running on carbohydrates to now running on fats. Now, this usually only takes a few days. However, during this time, your energy levels may drop. As soon as you become fat adapted, for 99% of people, you will start to feel amazing. Now, that is assuming you're doing the obvious things like getting enough sleep in that. So what are the 4 things you can do to either optimize your energy levels, or if you're in that 0.1%, to fix your energy levels? The first thing you need to do is to make sure that you're eating enough fat and calories in general. Now, if you have a lot of fat on you, you probably won't notice this. However, as you get leaner and leaner, your body, in order to survive as a survival mechanism, will reduce the amount of energy it gives you. The reason it does this is because your body doesn't know that there's a supermarket down the road. It still thinks we're in caveman times and that a food scarcity could occur at any moment. So all you need to do to fix this is to start eating more, and your body will ramp back up its energy levels as it realizes that it's not going to die, it doesn't need to conserve them anymore. Now, the next issue you might be having is that your body's low in electrolytes. If your electrolyte levels aren't sufficient, you're not going to feel your best. Now, I literally made an entire video on this topic yesterday, so I highly recommend, if you are getting cramps and you have low energy, you go and watch that video. However, as I talk about throughout that video, for 99% of people, you can solve all your electrolyte problems simply by adding more salt. Now, the final way you can increase your energy is by reducing the amount of inflammation in your body. When your body's inflamed, all your cells are inflamed, so your body is less effective at producing energy. Now, there are still some carnivore foods that are somewhat inflammatory. For example, monogastric animals like chickens and pigs. Often they're fed a very improper diet, and since they don't have complex digestive systems like ruminant animals such as cows, they're not able to properly break down what they're fed. So what ends up happening is that a lot of polyunsaturated fatty acids, in particular linoleic acid, ends up accumulating in their skin and in their fat, which means that their meat is going to be somewhat inflammatory, as well as pasteurized dairy. When dairy is pasteurized, it's heated to high temperatures, which messes with the proteins in it and makes it inflammatory to us. So if you avoid these inflammatory foods and focus on getting the majority of your calories from ruminant animals like beef and lamb, you will likely notice that your energy increases. The final thing you need to be careful of is caffeine. When you consume caffeine first thing in the morning, what can happen is it can result in an afternoon energy crash. And that right there is the 4 things you can do to supercharge your energy levels on the carnivore diet. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more of my content, consider subscribing down below. It's completely free and it means you'll see more videos like this. I've attached above a video where I break down how plants are harmful for us and how they cause inflammation in our body. So if that sounds interesting to you, click that video. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you next time.